Soaps are
outrageous.
Reality's heightened a little bit.
romance, fantasy,
Very beautiful people.
Have problems.
And great clothes.
The clothes.
Exactly.
Following will be a record of my investigation into the setup. Today, I'm beginning a new plan of action. This tape will also serve to explain my behavior should anything happen to me. Day 1, July 15, 1981.
Hello, how you feeling, sweetheart?
Well, I feel a little,
Lightheaded?
it's not too bad.
Good. Look, I brought you.
Thank you.
There are a couple of articles on maternity fashions in one or two of those.
Mother, I hardly even show yet.
I know, but you will soon. Won't it be fun walking down the street with me, 8 or 9 months pregnant?
Yeah.
Now, are you going to be a good girl and stay in bed this afternoon?
Well, I have plenty to read.
That's my baby. You got to take very good care of yourself, you know.
Mother? Are you going to be home all day?
Yeah, I'll be working. I'll be right down the hall. Oh, and one thing I did forget about tonight. I have tickets to the theater, which I can't put off. It's a business thing. The head of the Paris office is coming in for just one night.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
Well, I thought that I'd have Audrey stay until I get back, and then that way she can get you anything if you need it.
Really, Mother? I'll be fine by myself.
All right. You insist. I'll be back in about an hour to check in on you again.
Goodbye, Mother. Yes, I'd like to leave a message for Seneca Bolak. This is Ray Woodard. Would you have him drop by my apartment, oh, say around 7:30 or later, and tell him it's urgent? Thanks. Bye.
I was glad I was able to reach you, Barry. I was hoping you'd be able to drop by this afternoon. Could you? Within the next hour or so. I'd like to continue that discussion we started the other night. Good. I'll see you shortly.
I chose this life. I never wanted anybody to touch me.
You gave me my first job. You taught me respect. There's nothing I haven't done for you.
I'll do what I gotta do to protect what's mine.
We're in a business that could get you killed.
There are more ways than one to kill a man. The next move is mine.
What if you found the one?
The one I'm meant to be with.
But someone else found them first.
He asked me to marry him.
You can't do that.
If I can just hold you.
The One, an ABC Family Channel original movie. Premieres Sunday at 8, 7 Central.
The party.
Starting today, I will be making daily entries in this cassette diary. Whoever hears this, if anyone does, should understand that I never willingly meant to hurt anyone. Whatever I may have done, whatever grief I may have caused, was a necessary byproduct of this investigation. I believe that there was a series of carefully planned events which caused me to lose my job, my career, my reputation, and caused me to be implicated in 2 murders. The purpose of this investigation is to discover who was behind those events. Or I should say, to discover the proof, because I know who is behind it. This tape shall also serve as a daily log of my progress. The first few days will be the hardest. I know that Joe Novak is the primary force behind the setup. I have arrived at this conclusion for many reasons. I suspected him first a week ago, and am more convinced now than ever. I recognized a man at the Crystal Palace Friday evening. That man was Alexei Vartova. Vartova has no acknowledged criminal associations, but his name has often been linked with that of one of the most powerful underworld families on the East Coast. Seeing him at the Crystal Palace reinforced my conviction that Joe has taken over his uncle's business. I intend to prove that Joe Novak is the man behind all my misfortunes, and I intend to find out whatever connection there is between him and Vartova, if any. These, then, are the goals of my investigation. To achieve these goals, I will have to do some things that will be repugnant to me. I will have to do these things because Joe has gone to great lengths to ruin me. And if I appear to be any kind of threat to him, he will go further. I believe that my life and that of my daughter, Mary's family, my family, are at stake in this. So I must not appear to be any kind of threat to Joe. I must convince him that his plan has worked. To do this, I must appear to be a broken man. I will not look for work. I will appear to neglect my daughter. I will alienate the Ryans. This will be very difficult. I will have to do some cruel and terrible things. I will only be able to do them because I know it is the only way that I can safeguard the lives of my daughter and my family, whom I love very much. Maeve, Ryan, Siobhan, if you ever have occasion to hear this, and I hope you don't, please try to understand and forgive me.
Jack, it's me. Jack, I know you're in there, dear. I heard your voice.
Hold your horses, I'll be right there. I'll be right. Well, this is my favorite mother-in-law and my favorite kid.
Jack.
What smells so funny, Daddy?
Barry, come in.
All right.
Thank you for coming over so quickly. Please? I thought it would be best if we took care of this matter as quickly as possible. And I did want to tell you that I'm terribly sorry I cut everything so short the other night.
I thought you might feel that way.
I've decided to pay you what you're asking and have done with it. I'm sure that that will please you.
That's it. You'll just hand over the money and not give it another thought.
Exactly. I'm a businesswoman. You're a businessman. Some people might say your price is a little bit high, but I have no choice except to pay it. You've quite successfully judged my willingness to pay. It's a simple matter of supply and demand.
Well, Ray, I'm afraid I have been having second thoughts about the whole transaction.
I don't like your style of negotiating, Barry. I've just told you that I am willing to pay. Now, if you have another price in mind, come out with it and let's get on with this. And let me warn you, there are limits to my patience, especially when I feel that you are not negotiating with me in good faith.
Ray, I am a businessman, as you've said. And I have to admit, I am sorely in need of funds right at this particular time. But I've always prided myself on being honest in my professional dealings. At least as far as my particular profession will allow me to be. I'm not a blackmailer by habit. And even if I were, I would have very serious doubts about whether this is right. Kimberly is, after all, my client, and I have to think about her best interest, not just my own.
Oh, spare me the moralizing, because I don't believe it for 1 minute. I've said I'm going to pay, Barry. You've won. About the only thing that would change my mind right now would be if you persist in this little charade. And if you really are so concerned about Kim's welfare, let me tell you, I know what's best for her.
You're sure about that?
I am, absolutely.
I'm not. We both know that Seneca is the father of Kim's baby. Now, if Kim wants to keep that marriage going, even to the point of raising Seneca's children...
Barry, you are not the one to decide what is best for Kimberly. I am her mother. This is none of your business.
On the contrary, it is my business. I've told her time and time again that the foundation of a successful career is a happy, secure home life.
Are you trying to tell me? No, you're not. It's just another attempt on your part to get more money out of me.
I'm not trying to get more money out of you, Ray. I'm just trying to explain why Seneca has a right to know.
No.
Yes. Kim wants Seneca very badly. I know that she has lied to him countless times in the past. She's taken it for granted. She's assumed that he would always be there for her. And I have advised her every time to be honest with him. I have told her to tell the truth. Well, I was right. And she now realizes that she's made a mistake. Maybe she's learned from that. Maybe she's ready for a change. Well, maybe not. But how can I turn around and acquiesce in a lie? How can I profit from a lie after all the advice I've given her?
I think you can do it very easily. I think you've done it before, and I think you'll do it again. Now, I don't know exactly what game you're playing, but you're doing a very good job of it. It's unfortunate that Kim confided in you. However, I will not have you giving that information to Seneca, and I don't care what it costs me. Everybody, every man, has a price. So take it, Mr. Ryan. I know you need it. Do you know how much it's for?
I assume it's $40,000.
Oh, it could be. It's a signed blank check made out to one Barry Ryan. You fill in the amount. I assume that I've now made you an offer that you can't refuse. Think, Barry. Think of all the figures you could put in. 100,000, 1,000,000. Take it. Take it.
You're watching Ryan's Hope.
Keep watching. Today's All My Children is next.
Only on SoapNet.
Tonight on Soap Center.
Whoa!
Get a glimpse at James Hyde's House of Style.
Cheers, everyone.
Dynamic duo Connie and Billy are teaming up.
It's like a Broadway opening night every day.
And see why B&B super couples strike a pose. Watch Soap Center tonight at 11:30, only on SoapNet. Step away from the remote and get on board with SoapNet. With nonstop service to Pine Valley, daily stops to Lambview, and 2 visits each day to Port Charles. So hang on. SoapNet, your ticket to today's soaps, tonight.
It's over.
SoapNet, every day a new twist.
Hello, Ray. I got your message.
But...
Barry?
Seneca?
I knew I wouldn't be able to come over tonight, so I thought I might
Seneca,
as...
wait a minute. What message?
You left a message on my service.
No.
You didn't?
No. Oh.
Kimberly. I'll tell you, Ray, I have absolutely had it with her little games. I thought that once I told her the marriage was over, I wouldn't have to put up with this nonsense anymore. You're gonna have to do something about your daughter.
Oh, I will. I promise you, Seneca.
Why don't you yell at me, Seneca? You don't have to yell at her.
Kimberly, you're supposed to be in bed.
But I feel so much better.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that, darling, but you still need your rest. You have to take care of a head injury, doesn't she, Seneca?
Seneca, I'm sorry, but I had to see you tonight. You don't understand. I think it's just as well that you're here now, though. In fact, I think it's perfect.
What is she talking about?
I don't know. Darling, you're not making any sense. Will you please go to bed?
No, I want to stay up with the grown-ups. I want to play all the games that all the grown-ups play. Grown-ups get to play such fun games.
Kim, I'm afraid I must insist that you go to bed.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? What were you calling it? I remember. I think it was Every Man Has a Price. Isn't that right, Barry?
What are you saying, Kim?
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Oh, yes, I do. And you do, too. Would you like to explain it to Seneca? How about you, Barry? You know what I'm talking about. You didn't want to play the game.
The only person in this room playing games right now is you, and I won't have it. Now get back to bed.
No, wait a minute. Want to hear what she has to say?
You've already heard what I had to say, Seneca. You didn't believe me. Barry has something, though, that he would like to say, don't you, Barry? It's only one problem. He already told my mother. She doesn't want you to know. So right now, she's convincing him not to tell you. That's how you play Every Man Has His Price.
What is this, Barry? What do you have to tell me?
Look, Mother, look what you've done. You've left your checkbook right out. How careless of anybody could come and look at these transactions.
Kim, you know that that's not interesting to anybody except me.
I think it's very interesting. Look at this check that you just tore out, for example. There isn't an amount on it. Could it be a blank check? BR, the stub says. BR. What could BR be? BR. I know. Barry Ryan, right? What was the amount for that check? It's not written on the stub. I believe you and Barry were, tossing around the figure of $40,000.
Kim.
Or did you both settle for a signed blank check? But whatever for. I mean, Seneca, can you imagine what's worth that kind of money?
What are you doing, Ray? What's going on?
She doesn't know what she's saying. Nothing is going on.
What are you hiding from me?
I'm not hiding anything. There was a private transaction between Barry and myself.
Shut up, Mother. Seneca doesn't believe you. So you're gonna tell him?
Barry, what has this got to do with me?
Come on, Barry. Tell him what you know. Tell him.
Hey, Mom. Hey, sweetie. How was school today? Oh, I got my test back. How'd you do? Here.
This moment brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center.
I studied hard, but I'd freeze on tests. Sylvan helped me change that.
We call our approach the Sylvan Advantage. It's a proven process that works. We begin by identifying your child's specific needs, followed by individual attention and personalized lesson plans from highly trained and certified teachers who just love teaching. And progress reports for you every step of the way. If your child is struggling or just not being challenged enough, call 1-800-EDUCATE.
I have a lot more confidence now.
Call this number today. The skills to do better in school, the confidence to do better in everything else. Sylvan. Learning feels good.
Jack, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Everything's beautiful.
Well, I got a call from the daycare center that there was no one there to pick up Ryan.
Much obliged to you, Maeve. Have a pleasant day.
Daddy, make me a snack.
Not now.
But I'm hungry,
Well,
Dad.
I said not now. Now, Daddy's busy. Now, why don't you go on? You go on. You go in your room. Good girl. Now, go on. Okay. Thanks for getting a kid. Have a nice day.
Trying to get rid of me?
Is that what I'm trying to do, huh?
What's wrong with you, Jack? I know that you have much to be angry about, but I never thought I'd see you take it out on your daughter.
Angry? What? What did I do to the kid, huh?
Well, she's used to having a snack in the afternoon.
Oh, my. Well, I guess she better get unused to having a snack in the afternoon, because I'll decide when she has a snack and when she doesn't have a snack. It's hard enough for Daddy to feed her breakfast, lunch, and dinner, let alone a snack every afternoon. Go ahead, say it. I know what you're thinking, Maeve. You're thinking the guy says he can't even afford to feed his daughter. Here he is getting sloshed in expensive booze, right?
You're putting words into my mouth, man. If you need help, why,
You want to handle my finances? Tell me how to raise my kid. You want to tell me how to spend my money, too?
Jack, I didn't mean it that way.
Poor guy. He can't even keep his house in order. He's got to get financial help from the Holy Ride.
Jack, I'm sorry, but you're not letting me speak. I certainly wasn't criticizing the way you're raising your daughter, nor did I mean to offend you by offering you charity.
Good. No hard feelings. Now that's settled, you can leave.
I think not. Not like this. Talk to me, Jack. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Well, does something else happen, has it?
Something else happened, has it? Does something else have to happen? Enough has happened to me already. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't understand this. You were handling all this very well.
Well, that's the way it goes, Maeve. We have our ups and we have our downs.
You're a strong person, Jack.
You're damn right. I don't need anybody's help. Especially yours.
Drinking in the middle of the afternoon is not solving your problem.
I don't need you to tell me what time it is.
Oh, Jack, it saddens me to see you like this. I'm not talking about the drinking, but the fact that you've cut yourself off from all the people that care about you. You're part of the family. We love you. We want to help in any way we can.
Oh, you hate to see me making a fool out of myself, huh? Spoils the old Ryan family image, huh? That's tough, because it's my life. I want to get drunk, I'll get drunk.
Listen to me, Jack. I love you, as though you were one of my own. I know that your heart bears a heavy burden right now. If in any way in the world that I could lighten the load, I would. I just want you to know that when you're sad and angry, there are people that you can turn to, people that care about you.
You really know how to pour it on, Maeve, you know, but it doesn't fool me, you see, because I learned long ago. You don't get something for nothing. Everybody wants a little piece of finale. The whole family's just dying to tell me how to live my life. Oh, don't drink in the afternoon, Jack. Don't be angry, Jack. Well, I don't need anybody to tell me how to live my life.
There is no virtue in playing the martyr.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here we go. Lecture on virtue.
I'm not going to lecture you. I want to reach you. Take my hand, please.
Go away.
Jack, you know, you said something a moment ago that made a lot of sense. You don't get anything in this world for nothing. If you want love, you have to give love. But there's something else that's equally true, you know. If you've earned love, it's not so easily destroyed. You know, you think by being cold and nasty to me that I'm going to retaliate the same way. Well, I'm not going to. I happen to love you, man. I always will.
Maeve Ryan, mother of us all. Well, I don't want your pity, Maeve, and I sure don't want your so-called love. And the thing I won't want most of all is that slop that you call your wisdom. I only wish that you and the rest of your stupid family would get off my back.
You can't mean that.
Yeah, I mean it. I've had it. I'm tired of bowing my head in respect every time I hear that Irish brogue spouting all that cockamamie, god-awful morality.
Jack.
You heard right, Maeve. Now, will you get out of here, huh? Will you get the hell out of my life? Just done one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life.
Jack was drinking, and it was clear that he had too much.
Well, Jack's been under a lot of pressure. The police are still on his back for Sal Brooks's murder.
I'm well aware of everything that's happened to Jack, and he has every right in the world to be angry. I don't know how he even keeps going with all the evil that's been directed at him, but alcohol is not the answer. Besides which, I'm not just worried about Jack.
Well, what did he say to you?
Nothing worth repeating. Well, I should say nothing that sounds like the Jack that you and I know.
Well, what did he say? Did he insult you?
It doesn't matter. I am worried about Ryan. I got a call this afternoon from the daycare center saying that all the other children had gone and no one had come by to pick up Ryan. And they could not get a hold of Jack. Now, taking care of Ryan is one of the pleasures of my life, and I don't need a thank you, but I did expect an explanation from Jack, freely offered. At least to give me the peace of mind knowing it wasn't going to happen again.
Well, it sounds like a simple problem of communication. Jack has always arranged for someone to pick up Ryan when he's working, and with all this pressure, either he forgot or whoever was supposed to pick her up made a mistake.
Well, explain a mistake like that to a child who's left waiting with all the friends being taken home by their mommies and daddies.
Ma, I think Jack was as embarrassed about it as you would be.
He was not embarrassed, Francis. He had too much in him to be conscious of anything but his own anger. I know I'm going to have to do something, but I don't know what.
Well, Jack has a temper, but he's never hurt anyone with it, remember?
Francis, I know what I saw. I'm not making it up. I'm afraid for Ryan.
Tell him, Barry. Tell Seneca why my mama wants to give you $40,000.
Kim, stop this. Now, you're just exciting yourself and you have a baby to think about. You really should be back in bed.
Is it because you know who the father of my baby is?
Maeve just stood there, quietly watching me. No matter what I said, no matter how I said it, no matter what language I used, she continued to offer me her support, her love, her trust. Made it doubly difficult to try to insult her, to try to undermine her confidence in me. But fortunately, by the time she left, or unfortunately, I think I succeeded. I hope I didn't hurt her feelings. I don't think I did. I think she's too strong. But I do think that I took the first step successfully toward alienating her. I know it's going to take a lot more to successfully isolate myself.
Where's Grandma? Why did she go away?
Oh, honey. Oh, my. Grandma had to go because she had to make dinner for all the people at Grandpa's restaurant. Now, about picking you up at the center today.
You forgot to pick me up,
No, Daddy didn't forget. I was very busy, so Grandma had to do it for me.
I didn't think anybody was coming.
I'm sorry, but you don't have to worry because I always make sure that there'll be somebody to take care of you. I promise. Okay? Okay. Now, how do I explain this?
Explain what, Daddy?
I love you more than anything in the whole world. No matter what happens, whatever I do, whatever people say about me, I'll always love you. Can you remember that?
Sure, I love you too.
Do you know how very special you are?
Yes.
Oh, you do, huh? Well, I see you inherited all your daddy's modesty and all of your mother. All kinds of beauty. Pretty soft hair. And beautiful big eyes. And, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bite that nose because yep.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay, I won't do it today. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Now, sometimes grown-ups, even daddies, do things that don't seem right. Now, what I want you to remember most of all is if I do something that you don't understand or that confuses you or even if it upsets you, I still love you. Nothing will ever change the way Daddy loves you. You're the most important person in the whole world for me. No matter what.
Now, from what you've said, Jack's behavior was not typical.
Oh, he's never as much as raised his voice at me.
But your main concern is Ryan.
Well, she's hardly more than a babe.
I know, but all right, let's just try and look at it objectively from Ryan's point of view. Now, when you've taken care of her recently, has Ryan seemed unhappy or irritable?
Oh, no, not at all. She's a happy, bright little girl.
All right, is she sleeping at night?
Yes.
Is her appetite all right?
Francis, I have a bit of experience in the mothering.